Hello, my friends in continuing education. I wanted to take a minute and reach out and maybe just talk um, because our time's so valuable, and I've been reading novel-length emails as guidelines and mandates and certainly institutional changes for Antioch University are initiated daily. So rather than craft one of those novels, I wanted to talk for a couple of minutes. So hello. I'm really glad to be in your company and hope you'll reply and respond soon. I miss many of you. I want to talk about the updates to continuing education. We've made a lot of changes in a very short time. You might remember when you worked with me in the fall that Inspiration to Publication was our beta test for this fancy new Elevate software that is synchronized with the registrar's colleague and promises all sorts of marketing and community bridge building potential. It's coming together, and that potential is starting to present in real deliverables. So I wanted to show you, first of all, and in our email link, I've included the new continuing education website and ask you to take a look through it. Here in continuing education with Antioch, what was one tiny beta test of a program, Inspiration to Publication, has been met with a great deal of very, very good company in focus areas all across the university. So in addition to creative writing and communication studies in continuing education, we've added offerings and programs in leadership and management, mindfulness, environmental studies, workforce development, professional certificates, counseling, therapy, and psychology education, and there will be more. We have representation from most of our campuses. There will soon be builds from Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, in addition to the Seattle and online Midwest. And we've added specific programs, workforce development, non-matriculated for credit offerings, which is a great new area that I think many alum, the community at large might enjoy. The idea is you can take a seat in certain classes that are offered and earn those 3 university credits without registering or matriculating to a specific subject area or course content. And then our learning options, online asynchronous, which is what we've been doing with Inspiration to Publication. Webinars are building and expanding, and then we're offering workshops. There are different hybrid methods and styles of workshops going on. The one area that I really wanted to bring to your attention in these few short minutes are the community offerings. In mid-March, the continuing education team realized that the pandemic, that the crisis we're all facing wouldn't, in our opinion, support Antioch's mission if we tried to sell classes. In continuing education. It just doesn't seem right. So instead, I've reached out to a good many of instructors and facilitators. We've reached out to faculty on all of our campuses, and we've built nearly 2 months of free offerings for the community. I'm starting Queer Voice this weekend, and I have 12 people registered. A Clean House, Removing Hidden Toxins, has 56 people registered and 20 on the wait list. Managing Our Change, personally, professionally, and academically, was built 2 days ago and has 20 registrants. Deconstructing Gender has topped off at 20 registrations. Food and Education in Times of Crises will hold up to 100. And the brilliant Jonathan Garfunkel at our Seattle campus, I think, is going to bring a great deal of style and credibility. Not that we don't already have it, but building continuing education from a community's perspective and making it credible and viable is a little bit of a challenge. We're getting better at it every day. Robert Morgan Fisher is throwing out his humor in a free webinar. I'm doing a Mining the Internet for Information with Integrity on April 25th for free. Our friend Tanya has turned one card draw, tarot, the study of tarot, into a journaling practice. Well, this is the second time we're presenting this webinar because it filled. And again, with Robert's class, Tanya's class, and Diane Capaldi, Essential Oils, These are all followed up with 4 and 6 week offerings that are booked and scheduled for June, July, and I'm building August now. But we're taking this time, I'm sure well into May, to engage with the community in a social and valuable way. And I'm trying to find better ways to say free. But hey, they're loving it. I've registered 300 participants in programs since Monday this week. We sent out the free offerings notice on Monday, the 31st. So this is terrific. And now I'm really trying to build more programs in the community offerings area, but also programs to follow up. Our creative writing programs for inspiration to publication are going to get such traction from these previews and from the relationships we build over the next 2 months in our community efforts. Again, workforce development programs. We have ideas well beyond creative fiction and nonfiction or poetry. Brennan DeFrisco in San Francisco or in the Bay Area is putting together a terrific poetry reading. I'll be posting that as soon as he gets a little more narrative to me. I suspect there'll be at least 20 more free offerings coming up. And again, to follow these free offerings are consistent and ongoing programming for which many of you are already contracted with Antioch University Online and Inspiration to Publication since our new platform in October. But you'll see there's a long list of classes, the ones you're familiar with. Kate Mariyama's 2 weeks class is posted. I know Kate's given me permission to bring up a couple of her other classics or standards, and I'm working diligently to try and get these things built. What I'm reaching out to bring to your attention, though, is that I have a proposal form. This is also in the email that I've attached to this video. Do you see why it was so much easier to create kind of a quick, albeit sloppy video than to try and type all this out? First of all, you wouldn't have read it. I wouldn't. Here is a place where I invite you to share with friends, to share with other people that you respect and know in our Antioch community and outside of, who'd like to join this time where we find platforms and ways to engage in difficult and in amusing and growth building conversations. So in the simple form, your email address, your name, offering title, and some specifics about it. I need short and long descriptions, your bio and a photograph, and boom, hit submit. And I'll be able to build these offerings consistently, suggest the dates that you're interested in. So there we go. We've got what I think is an amazing and formidable full area of continuing education for the university nationwide. I'm really proud to have worked on this development and on the Elevate software development that brought us to this place. And we have a proposal form. Again, that link is in your email. And the last thing I really want to bring to your attention, if you haven't noticed it, and to maybe inspire and encourage the support structures that the university is developing. Many of you will remember the days when inspiration to publication just seemed like a stepchild. It's not anymore. I want you to know, for those of you who log onto AU Direct, if you don't log onto AU Direct, contact me so I can be sure that you're accessing it. Again, I want you to notice the academic technologies options that are here. The technology team has built an incredible library of tutorials and a calendar of ongoing live sessions for the next month where you can learn just about everything. You will identify in special tutorials about breakout sessions, annotations in Zoom, syncing YouTube and other videos in your Zoom and in your Sakai classroom platforms. Please go to your AU Direct and look at these teaching with technology areas. The work that the academic technologies team has done in the last year is phenomenal, and their preparation for this unexpected change to what we don't know for the future. Again, I'm stumbling. I'm not going to do this video over a bunch of times. You know me. This is it. But look at those things. So they're in the AU Direct at Academic Technologies. Please look through every link, every proud example of my work for the last couple of months in outreach, in support and working with facilitators and instructors and the builds on our continuing education website. Especially look at the community offerings. And if you don't have the time or inclination to offer an hour webinar with us, that's cool. But tell your friends about all the webinars that we are offering and think about maybe volunteering that hour with me so that you can promote 1 or 2 classes that you will offer for income in June and July and moving forward. And so that you can maybe connect with folks. Not that we're not doing that in every other arena as well. You've got Facebook Live and Instagram and these areas, but it is kind of fun to walk through the front doors of Antioch University. That one big community area that we all have a deep sentiment for, right? So join me. Think about an hour. You don't have to prepare for it. Your expertise. It is all that you need. Any one of you at a cocktail party could entertain me for an hour on Zoom. And there are people who will appreciate your stepping up to do that and the university's long-term place at this time of crises will benefit from it. And ultimately, I hope that you'll sell classes that we build and that continuing education becomes the very viable and exciting pillar of the university that our chancellor has in mind for it. There you go. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email. Let's call and talk a little bit or schedule a Zoom if you have questions for me or an idea. And certainly if you spot something that's effed up, if you see something I've done, because I am so fallible, let me know about it. Find my grammar and editing errors when you're looking through this stuff. Find my heart and my love for you. And I hope to see you soon.